Genesis 3:15. Adam and Eve. God said to the serpent, "And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers." Genesis 4. Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel, but Adam and Eve had another son named Seth to take his place, to carry on the lineage. Then the Lord put a mark on Cain, told Cain to go far away and be a restless wanderer on earth. Cain went on to have offspring, and so did Seth. Genesis 6. The flood. The Nephilim, children from fallen angels, were evil all the time, so God told Noah to build an ark and put animals in it along with his wife and 3 sons and their wives. The Lord flooded the whole earth for 40 days. Then the Lord said, "I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth and all living creatures of every kind on the earth." Genesis 15. Abraham and Sarah. The Lord made a covenant with Abraham that his descendants will be as numerous as the stars in the sky, and that he, the Lord, will give them the land, Israel. Genesis 24. Isaac and Rebekah. Abraham told his servant to find Isaac a wife from his hometown, Nahor, modern-day Turkey. The servant found Rebekah. They had twin boys named Jacob and Esau. Genesis 29. Jacob arrives in Paddan Aram. Jacob went to a well and met Rachel along with his mother's brother, Laban, Rebekah's brother. He worked for Laban, which was his uncle, for 20 years, married Laban's 2 daughters and their 2 maidservants. They had children. He had children by them, 12 sons. That are the 12 tribes of Israel. God renamed Jacob Israel after he and his wife and family fled from Paddan Aram back to where he was living with his mom and dad in El Eloh, Israel. Genesis 42. Joseph's brothers go to Egypt. After Joseph's brothers had sold him due to jealousy to the Egyptians, he became second in command. They went to Egypt for food because their land was in famine. He recognized them, told them who he was. They went and got their dad, Jacob, and all settled in Egypt. Exodus 1. The Israelites suppressed. After a really long time went by, and Joseph and all his brothers and all that generation had died, a new king who did not know about Joseph made all of Israel's descendants do hard work and put slave masters over them. God told Moses, a Levite, to tell the Pharaoh to let his people go. Moses led them all out of Egypt. After 40 years of wandering in the desert, they finally made it to the land that God had promised to them, Israel, the land flowing with milk and honey. 1 Samuel 10:9. Samuel made king. Samuel was told by the community to get them a king. They wanted one because other regions had a king, so God told Samuel, a judge and a seer, to anoint Saul as king of Israel. Saul was from the tribe of Benjamin. Samuel 16. Samuel anoints David. King Saul rejected the word of the Lord, so the Lord rejected him as king. God told Samuel to anoint a new king from Bethlehem. Samuel went there and was told by God to go to the home of a man named Jesse from the tribe of Judah and anoint David, his son, as the next king. And David was just a boy at the time. 2 Samuel 7. God's promise to David. God told David, I will raise up your offspring to succeed you, who will come from your own body, and I will establish his name, his kingdom, and he is the one who will build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. 2 Samuel 11. David and Bathsheba. King David fell in love with Bathsheba while he was walking around on the roof of the palace and saw her bathing. They got married and had a son named Solomon. 1 Kings 4:29. Solomon's wisdom. God gave Solomon wisdom and very great insight and understanding, as measureless as the sand on the seashore. King Solomon, his wisdom was greater than the wisdom of all the men. He was wiser than any other man. Matthew. The genealogy of Yeshua. There were 14 generations in all, from Abraham to David, 14 from David to the exile to Babylon, and 14 from the exile to the Christ. Matthew 1:18. The birth of Yeshua Christ. Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph, but before they came together, she was found to be with child through the Holy Spirit.